Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my followers over on Patreon. Lester Wilfred, Nell, Jam Val, Ollie Shell, Earl Patrick, Butch Batista, Cy, Angela Rose, Feline De La Cruz, Anthony Gomez, Aqueous Gem, Mikey Fortiza, Helen Fitzgerald, Melody Kofi, and Anton Bach. I cannot begin to thank you for all your support, and hopefully I'll continue to make content you'll want to support in the future. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher, and for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and it is the last day of May, which means it is the last day that Morissette Amon is our Artist of the Month for May 2020. It has been quite a week in celebrating her. I've watched so many amazing performances of hers, but actually earlier in the week I put out a couple reactions to Michael P. And in one of them I mentioned how I reacted to him singing so many collaborations, and I hadn't done so many videos of him just singing solo, and I'm going to do more of that. And I mentioned how, you know, I believe I reacted to him singing with Morissette Amon and this person, that person. And then I like to, you know, do a little fact checking when I'm, you know, editing my videos to make sure that, you know, things that I'm saying are actually true. And when I looked, I saw, well, yes, he has sung with Morissette Amon, but no, I haven't reacted to Morissette Amon. I was thinking of a different duet Morissette Amon did with somebody else. But then when I was fact checking to see if he had performed with Morissette Amon, I saw where he sang Just Give Me a Reason. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to listen to this. So that's what we're here to do. So for our final day of honoring the goddess, the Asia's Phoenix, the amazing Miss Morissette Amon as our Artist of the Month for May 2020, we are going to watch she and Michael P. sing Just Give Me a Reason, which I'm assuming is the Pink and Nate Roos duet. Although I suppose it could be any song, but we're going to dive in and see. Yes, it is.
Start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I'm your willing victim. I let you see the parts of me I wouldn't admit, and at every touch you fix them. Now you've been talking in your sleep, things you never said to me. You've had enough. Just give me a reason, just a little that's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. It's in the stars, it's written in the stars of our hearts. We're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again.
That head transition is pretty.
I'm sorry, I don't understand where all of this thing's coming from. I thought that we were fine.
Oh, we did.
Your head is running wild again. Why do we still have everything? But it's all in your mind.
Oh, this is happening.
You've been having real bad dreams. Oh, you used to listen close to me. There's nothing more than empty
Y'all better whisper this at me right now.
Morissette Amon, palakpakan.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so there were parts of it that I absolutely adored, I absolutely loved, and then there are parts of it I'm still kind of going back and forth with. Back and forth parts, the choice to make it all piano. Like, I liked it starting out as a piano ballad, and then I was ready for the beat to kick in, and then it didn't, and I was like, okay, it's just piano. And part of me wanted that beat there. Part of me really wanted that beat to come in, because I love that contrast between the piano music that happens in the beginning and then that sort of just pick up in tempo that happens when that beat kicks in, and it just kind of changes the tone of the song for me. So part of me really wanted that beat to come in, but after the second verse, when they started singing the chorus together and the harmony started coming in, it bothered me less and less. I didn't care so much that the beat wasn't there anymore, and actually I kind of liked just the piano at those points, because I feel like I really got to hear where their harmonies were gelling. So, you know, I'm kind of split half and half whether or not I would like them to sing with the track or whether or not I like it just the piano. Like, it sounds good either way. But yeah, I'm kind of torn on that aspect, and I'm not sure how planned this performance was, because I don't know where it is or what the event was or why they were singing together and whatnot. So I don't know if this was like a spur of the moment, off the cuff kind of thing, or if, like, you know, they planned out this concert or this performance, you know, weeks in advance, and all they had was a piano. Like, I don't know what the plan was for that, but if it was just, you know, a very last minute kind of, you know, spur of the moment thing, I get it. You know, the piano sometimes is all you can come up with. You can't get a full band to just, you know, crank out a song. But if they had, you know, ample time to get that prepared, then I don't know, it was a choice. But yeah, the vocals were fantastic. I loved in Morissette's verse, the very first verse. Again, I've spoken a number of times this week about how I adore singers when they're singing quietly and delicately, because I feel like that really showcases where their control and where their skills as a vocal technician lie. Because, you know, it's really easy to sing loud and, you know, belty and whatnot, for me anyway. And it's much harder for me to just dial it back and be reserved, to give you that sort of breathy nature, give you that soft, intimate, tender sort of stuff. So I loved that aspect of Morissette's voice for that whole first verse, and there were a lot of just like subtle nuances that she was doing with her voice, subtle dynamic changes where she would just kind of decrescendo and then crescendo into the next note or what. Like, there were just so many different things that she was doing in that first verse that I really liked, and I feel like it did really well on her voice. Michael, I loved him on this too, although I felt like he could have given me a little bit more full voice action, a little bit more throughout the song. Most of his vocals were soft and kind of floating up into a head voice and whatnot. They weren't really strong kind of vocals, which is fine. Again, I feel like the piano, it just being a straight piano version of the song, lends itself better to having those kind of softer head voice kind of vocals, because it just being a stripped down piano almost makes it feel kind of like an acoustic type of performance, and those kind of performances are just, you know, they're a lot more chill, a lot more laid back, and they just give you license to be softer in places. You don't necessarily have to belt out the notes or, you know, push too hard or anything like that. So those vocal choices fit with the tone of the music choice that they made, but I still just have the original in my head. And I've sung the song before. The song's a bitch. It's just, you know, from Pink's end or from Nate's end, the song is just a bitch. Either way you take it. So like Nate, he's got this freakishly high chest voice where he's just up in the stratosphere 90% of the song, and it just, you know, seems to work for him. And then, you know, for people who don't just live up in the stratosphere like that, like for me, I have to mix the hell out of that song when singing, especially going into coming out of that bridge at "No, nothing is," ooh, excuse me, "No, nothing is as bad as it seems," like climbing up the scale, but in the original key, because I just took it down like 3 steps at that point. But, you know, in the original key, climbing up those steps that Nate was setting, it's kind of hard. So like, I know for me on that very last part, "Bad as it seems," when I'm singing in the original key, I usually flip it up into a softer head voice. So it'll be a "bad as it seems," like Michael did with the last note there. So I totally get that aspect of it. The song's a beast to sing, but they did fantastically with it. Yeah, I don't know what the event was, why they were singing the song together, where they were, or, you know, what was going on, but I'm glad that I accidentally came across it in my fact checking. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you guys would like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah. Before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons: Lester Wilfred, Nell, Jam Val, Ollie Shell, Earl Patrick, Butch Batista, Sai, Angela Rose, Feline De La Cruz, Anthony Gomez, Aqueous Gem, Mikey Fortiza, Helen Fitzgerald, Melody Kofi, and Anton Bach. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I love you guys. Hey guys, don't forget to check out the playlist on my channel for all of your favorite reaction videos. We've got playlists for Morissette Amon, Kelly Clarkson, Katrina Velarde, Tori Kelly, and more, so be sure to check them out.